Hi crafters! This is Eloise with Paper Fire Studio from Austin, Texas. I thought I'd just turn the camera on. I was working on something kind of fun. And it's always kind of fun when you're working on something and it works. So I thought I would just show you if any of you are like me. I have a lot of linens that are damaged, they're stained. I've tried, getting out the stains and it didn't really work. And they were starting to pile up. And I actually saw this idea on Pinterest. And it is covering buttons with the linens. So how cute are these? Look at those. Oh, I get that in focus here. They're just taking sections of your linen and covering buttons. So I thought I would do a couple of them, give you some ideas, and maybe you'd like to try. So I'm going to set those over there for now. I'm going to show you, I put some samples up here of what those look like when you add the buttons to them, and they're gorgeous. And we'll do that at the end. So I've got a couple of what I'm talking about, sample ideas. See, this one is stained. It's got holes in it. I'll save the border trim here. I will cut that away. But it does kind of lend itself to making some buttons. See this flower? See that flower right there? How cool would that look under a button? So here's what you'll need. I got these off of Amazon. They're the Dritz brand craft cover button kit. And I think it was $8 or $9 to get 18 of them, or 14 of them, excuse me. This is the 7-inch size. They come in all sizes. I would like to recommend don't go any lower than a 1/2 inch because the design's not going to show up very much. These are 7/8, and you could see how big that is. I mean, that's got some face to it where your design can show through. They come bigger though. You could go an inch, inch and a half. So I just thought this was a good medium size to use. And I will show you, I've had to adapt my technique a little bit. I don't know about you, but I don't have a lot of great hand strength. And I'll show you the tools that they include. This is the template, and it comes in this box. This is the template that you cut around the outside of it. So you lay it down where you want the design to go, and then you're going to trace around the template. That makes sure that your fabric is just big enough that it will fit when you snap the back on. So the template comes with it. Then what's called the mold. So this is where we're going to do our work. We're going to do our work in this mold. And then they include this pusher. They call it the pusher. Well, I can't push it. I can't push it. And so for those of you who don't have a lot of great hand strength, I've got an alternative and it works. So hold on, I will show you how to do that. And then you'll need a pencil. Just grab a pencil, and let me take this one out first, lay that over there. So here's what we're going to do. You're going to pick a part of the design that you want under, the top of the button. So I'm going to go for this pink flower. Now, I just want to talk about what's interesting. I don't know if you can see this very well, but you see how the flower is perfectly centered? Well, it's kind of perfectly centered within that template. I like mine off center. I think it's more interesting to pull in another color. So if you can, look at your design, maybe come over just a little bit to pull in some of the green. So you're getting multiple colors in your leaves. And you can see that's what I did to this one. I pulled that green in over from the side to just, I think it gives it a little more pop, a little more contrast. All right, so you're gonna hold your template down with one hand, take your pencil, you're not gonna see this, and come around your template just so you can see it. No one's gonna see this. Okay, so here's my sharp scissors. So all you do on those lines, and again, I'm going to save that trim for a project. But now all you're going to do is cut on your pencil line. Don't worry if you have to cut through stitching, it's okay. You're going to come around, and it doesn't even have to be exact. I got kind of sloppy with one and it still worked. Yeah. So as this comes around, try not to include too much thick in this. Let me trim that off a little bit. See, again, that's not a perfect circle, but it doesn't matter. It's close enough. Okay, now comes our steps of using this. You use your mold. Lay your mold down. You're gonna turn your fabric face down. And what I do is I look at it. You can see it through the rubber there. I'm gonna include a little bit of that green, hopefully. Now, there's two parts to this. There's the shank, the one with the shank on it. That's that little loop that comes out of the bottom. And then there's the actual cap, the top of the button. That top goes face down, so the real side is going down. Now again, this is where you use that pusher. No, that's not working for me. So I found if I took my scissors, I just centered that and I pushed down with my scissors, kind of in four corners, do maybe top and bottom. You'll see it start to go down in the mold. Now, it's just an easier way. If you don't have hand strength, use the top of your scissors. Keep pushing it down. It'll tend to slide a little bit in that mold. So if you slide it one way, put your scissors on the other side and bring it down again. Get it down in there so it's tight. All right, so it looks like that. Now you can flip it over and kind of see how it's going to look. Okay, now you take that fabric and you just fold it all in. Fold it back in to the middle of the button. So all the fabric now is I just pushed it in with my finger. All right, now you take the shank and shank side up. This goes down on the button. Now, again, the pusher. If you want to sit here and push with your finger, that back will snap back down. However, I'm not doing that. So I had to improvise. If you have to improvise, all you do is center that shank in the mold, take the tip of your scissors, do the same thing, and just push down, go top, go bottom, and then side to side. Now, here's what I noticed while doing this. It does dent the back of the shank, okay? Because that metal is not, it's not very thick. It's not very hard. So you will get some where you put your scissor. It does kind of dent the button, but you know what? No one's going to see it, so who cares? It really is an easy way to get this thing to snap down. All right, so now it's not going to come out. It is snapped in there. Now the only thing you got to do is snap it out. The mold is pliable plastic. Boop, it just pops right out. And you got yourself this cute button. Look how cute that is. Yeah. So all those linens that are sitting in your stash that are damaged or soiled or ripped. In fact, here's another one. This one I've used already, and you can kind of see, I mean, it has a hole. I mean, a hole in here. It's got stains. It's not picking up well on the camera, but there's a lot of stains on this thing. So I just always kept it, but never really sure what I was going to do with it. So let's do one more. And let's pick, let's see, I'm gonna pick maybe this flower, maybe the blue one here. And even though it crosses over onto another flower, it's okay. It'll still wrap into the button top. All right, so we take our pencil, come around, and you can see there that it didn't matter that mine was cut perfectly. It doesn't matter. You got to get it close to that size so you're not getting too much bulk in that button. As we come around, and I know for some of you, cutting through linen makes your stomach hurt, but our story has been about repurposing. That's what we do. And this linen was discarded. I got it at an estate sale for $1/4. And I always ask, I usually will go on the last day of an estate sale, and I'll ask them if they have any linens left over. You know what? One time a lady, she and I become pretty good friends, but she handed me linens and said, here, take them. So yeah, never hurts to ask. All right, so we got our circle cut out. We're going to take our mold. We're going to put the design face down into the mold. And again, I'm going to pull in some of the green there. I don't know. That one's a pretty big blue. I think I'm going to leave this one. You take the cap. The cap goes straight down into the mold. Now your scissors will help you push that into the mold. Okay, and you'll see it kind of snap down. You'll feel it kind of give in to the mold. That's when you know you've gone far enough. Now you take your fabric, the rest of the fabric, and you press it down back into the center. You take the shank, because that's the one with the loop on it. You put it on the back and get your scissors again. All right, press down. You'll feel it go down. Come across to the other side, push that side down. Then I go kind of east and west, north and south, and kind of just touch it around. Make sure it's all in there snug. Okay. And then pop it out. And there you go. Look at a beautiful flower. How fun is that? All right, these are fun. I highly recommend them. Again, it's the Dritz Company Craft Cover Button Kit. I did go to Joann's and look for these, And be careful because some of them don't come with the tools. They don't have a mold or the template or the pusher. They just have the button covers. You know, they assume that you already have the tools. So be careful. Make sure yours, for the first time at least, includes the tools. But Joanne had them. Excuse me, they were $29 for like 100 of them or something. I mean, there was a ton of them. I didn't need that many, so I did jump on Amazon and get these. Again, they're the 7/8 size. So, what fun things can you do with these? How about a lace cluster with a flower? Maybe you're doing, now again, these are thick. Okay, so these buttons are a little thick. So think about in your journal, I know we're always looking for things that don't take, you know, they're not real thick. So think about this maybe for the cover, that it clips on to a piece of the focal point that you're making, maybe in a flower journal. So there's a cluster. This one I already have a middle on, but look what that does to the center. I mean, it's just gorgeous. It just adds something so unique in there. Here's one of my padded hearts on my quilt square. Look, oh, that just pops that. That is so beautiful. And then maybe there's one, this is another one of my quilt squares that I put some lace on. You know, it just adds a little pop. And you know, it's a lot better than these sitting in your stash doing nothing. So yeah, look how cute. That one's a little faint pink. That one's a little hard to see. But yeah, so I recommend go through your linens, go see which one that you want to put on a button, and watch out for your next journal because it's going to look incredible. All right, guys. Thanks. Have a good weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye.